46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 40. The 9, 37, 36, 37, 40, 50, 30, 40. 19, 19, 12, 11, 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 12. Look at me. Run. Shoot. 50 now. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 12. I promise you, screaming is not an option. Yeah, that one's still not freaking screaming, so run. Shoot. 50 now. 46, 45, 45, 43,
All right. Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I'm going to
40.
give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders that taught us, elders and apostles, Salakia, that taught us this truth, and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it with another spiritual observation through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. For face value, looking at the sister right here, she looks to be an Israelite woman, so-called black. This is why we got to get the hell out of here. And we try to be balanced. Now, the Lord deals with us perfectly. But, you know, as we teach these epistles, we try to teach the good with the bad with the good. We got to get out of here. This is sad. I mean, look at our sister, man. I'm trying to be balanced because we usually fire Eve up, and I am because Eve is out of order. But ultimately, this is, you know, from Yahweh Shemal Shai for a woman to be usurping authority over a man, wearing things that pertain to a man, and basically, you know, just having these positions that pertain to a man, and then vice versa. And throughout Babylon the Great's history, for the most part, yes, there's been plenty of women that have been involved in war. But if we're talking straight up boots on the ground, Marine door kickers, boots on the ground, Army infantrymen, you can hang it up. You can hang it up. And that goes for any freaking war that Babylon the Great has ever fought. You can hang it up. You can hang it up. So what is she doing out there as a representation of a warrior of Babylon the Great? Let me tell you what she's doing up there. She's a pretender. Okay, this is a sign of a declining kingdom. They have given their strength over to pretending. All right, pretenders, women, children, they're coddling these people. But if you are watching, you see the severity in which they have gotten themselves in through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, Babylon the Great, with these wars that's been prophesied. They've stepped into some shit, and they're stepping into some more shit through the will of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Now they want to start to cater to the boys, because now it's getting to be finna be blood in the streets, and you know what I mean? So now they need the boys. Therefore, you see a lot of propaganda. All right, military, you see bonuses coming back. That's a telltale sign that Babylon the Great is getting ready to go to the war. Watch for the bonuses when it comes to recruiting. You hear the rumors of a draft. You hear rumors, oh, it's not a rumor. They've upped the age of the cutoff age to be in the military. They're desperate. They need the numbers. All right, so but the whole point, looking at our sisters, we got to get the hell out of here. World War III is right around the corner, and all this pretend out of order stuff is not gonna fly. All right, same sister right there. When it comes to time for them war drums to be beaten, try to get pregnant, try to ETS out the military. She'll be trying to get out in that day, and she don't want to be, you know, doing that in that day. Just look at it. Look at the mannerisms that the military breeds on our so-called black and Latina women, man. It's horrific. You know, ain't nothing wrong with jumping and all that stuff, and there ain't nothing wrong with leading other women. But this old pretend yelling at men, hands on the hip with this stupid hat, it's a wrap. It's late in the day for all this pretend stuff. And again, you see Esau and Eve, they go hand in hand. This nigga Esau done gave this bitch glory, man. That's why she's so puffed up. And it ain't just the military. It's anywhere that our women are at. And guess what, man? The Lord is exposing the wickedness thereof, man. All right, the whole world knows the wickedness and how angry the so-called black and Latina woman is. It's by design, but that's another topic for another day. All right, let's get to these precepts. First and foremost, in relation to that sister being out of order, we have laws, statutes, and commandments that pertain to us, that govern us, that's supposed to keep us peculiar, all right, and above these other nations, man. All right, we're not supposed to conform to that, meaning that whole Wakanda shit with them bald-headed ass Hamite-looking women, that ain't how we supposed to rock the nation of Israel. We don't deal with women warriors. We got that. Any nation that give their women over to even pretending or putting on the damn uniform, compromised. All right, check out the history of Yahweh Shemal Shai and the Israelites when they went to war. Joshua, check out the book of Joshua when it really started. You know, all that espionage, all that is right there in the book of Joshua, scoping shit out, looking at the enemies, man. All right, being a slightly circumspect about how big and powerful the enemies are, but trusting in Yahweh Shema Shai, and there's zero losses on the Lord's side, man. Those that trusted in the Lord, zero losses, man. All right, but Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. In the military period, let's just keep it real. Women probably shouldn't be in that, but we are in our captivity. We can be merciful and understanding to our men and women being in the military. But how far are you going to take it? How far are you going to take it? To the point where you think you're a soldier for real, or to the point where you think you're an actual Marine, like actually doing these, conducting these operations? You're not, and you're never gonna do it. Well, I don't know what the Lord got for y'all in this World War III. Let me not speak for the Lord, man, cause the Lord did say this was gonna be a time like the earth has never seen before. Therefore, we're warning y'all, you women that want to stay in this usurping authority, putting on things that pertain to a man, that pertain to a soldier or a Marine. Well, we pray that Lord give you your heart's desires and give you over to that. Take up that rifle. All right, put your boots on and start conducting those operations day in, day out until it's no end in sight. All right, good luck with that when your monthly comes. So what? You signed up for this. Continue to conduct those operations day in, day out without complaining. Most women, if not all, not gonna be about that life. It was easy towards the end of the war for motherfuckers to go to Iraq once it had got kind of cleared out. But see, this a whole new ball game, and it's gonna be different. Motherfuckers gonna know not to play with this right here, so they ain't gonna be quick to, oh, let me sign up and be a contractor, a civilian contractor at the end of the war to get some money. Oh no, ain't gonna be none of that in this World War III. It's gonna be chaos and mess everywhere. It's gonna be chaos in the so-called Middle East. It's gonna be chaos right here in the streets, man. All right, and this is what we're warning our people from. Therefore, the Lord got me doing this a lesson in relation to our women being out of order. So back to Deuteronomy 22 and 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, a putting on, and that's not also physically, but also spiritually. First and foremost, thinking like a man, like your boy Steve Harvey told you. And that's not necessarily what he should have said. Have some wisdom about yourself, woman. Yes, do that. Have some, acquire some. And how do you, okay, you should know, all right, but okay, and you really probably, if it's come from your husband serving y'all about Shema Shah, how you get true wisdom, because I ain't talking about that worldly shit. All right, but it starts there, man. Don't be trying to be a man. Embrace your femininity. Embrace that instead of trying to be like us. That's I forgot what they say, flattery, whatever they say. When you mimic somebody, that's like the highest form of praise or flattery. Like when you mimic somebody, and that's the woman, right? She really envy us. She got what rod envy, masculinity envy, because truly in her mind she knows that she's the weaker vessel. She knows that it's a big old world in her eyes, and that we are more apt for it in the bad stuff. So therefore, I mean, the Lord did all these things. A woman shall compass a man. The Lord said he was going to create a new thing upon the earth because we kept on being wicked, kept on giving our strength over to a woman. Therefore, you saw what you saw just then. Eve making more money than you. Here you is, strong as hell, 17, 18 years old. Eve ain't threw a punch out here for real, for Babylon the Great or herself, but she got a damn drill sergeant hat on telling you what to do. I experienced that 17 years old with a female, when I first signed up, man, female drill sergeant. I'm seeing this stuff, and I thank you how about Shema Shah, as my military career progressed. I didn't have to be under females, but when I first went in, I did experience that, and they're just full of it. They're just full of it. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. So also, you men, not thinking like women, not being feminine, not changing the words of the Lord. I just got into it with my parents for the umpteenth time, and this might be the last go round, before Jacob's trouble. We'll see. Still gonna be merciful. Those gates are still open, and I'm willing to hash things out with them. But it's showing them, it's showing themselves maybe not to be of the Lord's hopeful elect, because they're not putting on, and they're just getting worse and worse. Still calling upon an idol. It is what it is, man. All right, so we ain't gonna be weak like a woman though and fold. We gonna keep our faith in Yahweh Shema Shah. If this guy wants to mock the name Yahweh, well Yahweh Shah, that's that nigga's problem. All right, it ain't gonna be mine. I ain't gonna be like a female. Neither are my brothers, man. So we not gonna put on a woman's garment. Meaning, first and foremost, spiritually, that way of thinking, that femininity, that feminine way of thinking. We deal with balance. Sometimes brother gotta cry, to stay balanced, but we ain't gonna wallow in that. We hard and we tough, man. All right, but also literally putting on like, things that pertain to a woman, dresses and such, having long hair, like flowing like a woman. Okay, for check what the Lord say. Remember, the Lord's ways are higher than ours. So when the Lord say something, it's magnified. You might as well magnify that 100 times. For all that do so are an abomination. So remember, 100 times that what the Lord considers an abomination. So for you sisters out there, the Lord created you a certain way. He got down, didn't he? You love your titties and your booty, don't you, shout it? You love to dress up girly and look pretty, because he did, because our perfect Father created you. So like, you ain't in your profession now, but he knew what he was doing to make you. It's fire, ain't it? But you done took it too far. All right, Eve, you done took it too far. And the Lord then gave you over to this puffed up, prideful spirit. Now you think that you understand everything. And truth be told, the scriptures tells us that, which is to say the Lord, she ain't got no understanding. She have no understanding, man. So we're dealing with this shit. And you see that. Did you see Eve, how she's bent over like that? What type of walk is that? Is that what they teach them to walk like that? It's like, I mean, the just being in the military already gonna brainwash you and put a certain spirit on you anyway. How much more the weaker vessel? How much more the weaker vessel when she has been given the ability to usurp authority over people, and let alone men. Goddamn Keisha, what she gonna do? Like, goddamn Keisha, look how little she is.
Look at me. Bro.
And look, and look who she's leading. I mean, to be honest, if we're just being like honest, it's sick. Like, all jokes aside, all personal, it's because again, I've been in the military. All personal experiences aside, like, this is sick. If you truly hearken to the will of the Lord, and respect the order, concerning the man and the woman. All this pretend stuff, and guess what? Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna let y'all see just how sick this pretend stuff is. Just like it's sick to pretend to be wicked. It's sick to pretend not to call upon Yahweh Shema Shah. You know damn well by now. Just like my father, and he mentioned, like, when I first came into the truth, we had a quarrel about the name Yahweh Yahweh Shah. He mentioned during that quarreling his understanding of the lack of the letter J, until a certain time here in Babylon the Great, and but he's still to this day calling upon that idol. You see what I'm saying? All that pretend stuff is gonna produce blood. So all that pretend stuff Eve is doing. Back to what I was kind of mentioning in World War III, the draft, man, the Lord may good and well just give you over to literal boots on the ground, front line, rifle in hand operations, man. May Yahweh Shema Shah do that for you women that want to stay puffed up. This is not the time, Eve, to be puffed up. If we can't be puffed up, you damn sure can't be puffed up. And who the hell are you to be, you're usurping authority over anybody, men, period. Well, Esau, Edom, but it's sick. And again, that pretend spirit is going to produce blood. So during the World War III, during the chaos in the streets, everybody then is going to want to go back to their true nature, their true order. Women are going to want to be more submissive. They're going to want to be under a man, period. In that day, see, they can do that. They have the liberty. This is play, and they're not strong enough, wise enough to see the danger that is right ahead. That is the weakness of a woman, that there's danger right in front of you, like a deer, right? Just eating, grazing, and here, you know what I mean? In danger. The predator is right up on her, getting ready to pounce and just do. Now we're liking unto that on the right hand side in righteousness, liken unto those, sheep. We want to be like that, led to the slaughter. The Lord teaches us these things in relation to persecution, but that's in righteousness. What about you guys that don't want to call upon the Lord, like Keisha right there? If she's not, if she don't have a husband that's calling upon Yahweh by Shemal Shai, they're done for. You know what I mean? And this is what we're prophesying. Again, that is a sign, man, that women are, you don't see that shit in Germany, in all those it's so many. Just pick one, bro. You know what I mean? Just pick most of the nations outside of Babylon the Great and see, do they as far as their military go, especially their combat, do they put like women in the forefront, man? You know what I mean? No way. What's wrong with Babylon the Great? Every time you see the propagandas, I've done a couple of videos about this very topic. That the commercials and such, you'll see Eve, you'll see a so-called black woman plenty, and you'll see plenty of so-called Latina women, all right, forefront in Babylon the Great. Motherfucker, this is not our rest. This is not even our kingdom. What are y'all doing in the military, let alone up in there leading it? You got generals, you understand me, so-called black. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's been any female black generals, but I know there's been plenty of so-called black men, but definitely high ranking lieutenant colonel black women for damn sure, man. You know what I mean? And it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and it produces pride. When you have the positions of authority, it produces pride. And the Lord taught us, pride goeth before destruction, and destruction is coming to you wicked Israelites that want to remain in that prideful, puffed up spirit. And on top of you being prideful, you don't want to call upon Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So what is the Lord to do but keep his word and destroy you wicked Israelites, man? This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity. I ever say that right. Against Yahweh Shema Shai, that's against, man. And that carnal, the word carnal, pertaineth into the flesh. So your flesh is against the Lord, for it is not subject to the law. So just like we teach the law on a daily basis through the Spirit, these carnal ass Israelites, meaning these worldly, fleshly Israelites, the law that we teach, the dietary law, the things that pertain to the law, the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, calling upon these names, facing the east when we can. Okay, praying without our head uncovered if we're men. All these things, these laws, statutes, commandments, customs, procedures of the nation of Israel, it's not subject to these niggas. All right, neither indeed can be, and we understand why that is, because man's guns are of the Lord, that the Lord controls people literally, situations literally. So we had that understanding. So that's why. And our people are not spiritual. The Lord taught us this. This is a spiritual war. The weapons of our warfare, this battle, and the weapons thereof, not carnal, right? Not fleshly, not physical, but in the spiritual. And we have faith, and in the things that we can't see. Yahweh, what Yahweh Shai can't see it, can't see the miracles, can't actually see the mark of the beast. We can see it spiritually, but it ain't physically here to the point where everybody has it, and we're on the run, quote unquote. All right, but those things are coming, and we believe that through that faith, which we can't see, but we got it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shai. And because we got it, we don't care about nobody laughing at us. We don't care about, being mocked and scoffed. And you know what I mean? And people saying all manners of evil against us because we understand it'll be for the name Yahweh Yahweh Shah, and we understand that the world hated Malak Yahweh Shah. So it's evident when you hated by your own family, your own father, your own mother. Remember, the Lord taught us these things. If you don't hate these individuals, it's going to come a time where you're going to have to pick to serve the Lord. It may not be specifically your mother, father. The reason why I keep saying it, because I'm going through it. It is my lot. It is my cross. And a lot of motherfucker brothers will hear that ain't built up strong enough, and it get finicky. Because they grew up in that my mama can do no wrong spirit, and don't have the complete understanding that the Lord meaneth righteous Israelites you honor and respect. How you gonna honor and respect the Israelite that's just completely wicked and that's, abusing you? Not saying I went through that, but there's Israelites that I'm talking about. There's people, Israelites, and definitely other nations that have had their children locked in boxes and tight shit is what I'm talking about. Goofball. Like that level of wickedness. Are we to honor this shit because you know what I mean? The Lord let you be on this earth through this parent? I say no. All right, you honor the ones that's serving Yahweh Hashem Shai. That is all first and foremost. Like my brothers teach, we honor our spiritual fathers, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We reverence these men, the men that they learn from. They reverence. All right, and we come in that lot, not these pretenders, because again, it's finna get serious with your damn family. The Lord said He came not to send peace but a sword. I came to set man at. Do you think he's lying? First thing he started to get on that. I came to set you against your father, son against a father. I came to do that. So you stand by. If it hasn't happened just yet to you, you stand by. Akim War Aqua. It is going to happen. Everybody's going to experience. That's a part of our hey, it'll be in the aspects of our crowns if we get them, man. All our I've been meditating, man, the way that the Lord done designed these crowns, man. It's far out. I just, you know what I mean? But it'd be aspects of our suffering. Hey, whatever your gifts, it'll be in that crown, like the jewels. It'll be, however the Lord gonna do that, right? If you are faster, you fast. It'll be, if you was of teacher, it'll be, eyes have not seen, right? Ears have not heard. We meditate on this reward and things that pertain to it, man. Ultimately, mercy, salvation, but also the physical things that come with it. How we gonna look, the power, what we gonna do, the literal crowns. And brother mentioned in his vision that he saw Yahweh Shai, or vision what looked to appear a representation of Yahweh Shai in his vision. All praises to Malak, because these dreams can't, give complete glory to the Lord. Like how he gonna be when we see him. My brother say that the crowns was levitating above brothers' heads. That it didn't touch them. It was, I believe he said it was levitating and maybe spinning slowly.